This is Dirt and Sprague on 1080 The Fan.
Play D they did, indeed, at the end there. Joey Mack, Oregon IMG on the call. Oregon goes on the road at number 11 Wisconsin this weekend. They outscore the Badgers 40-28 in the second half, and they win in overtime 77-73.
How you like them apples?
Yeah, how do you like them apples?
We're back, baby. People left us for dead. Nobody was giving us a chance. Now look at us.
Good game from Tracy. Biddle continues his good play. Shellstad was obviously amazing. He had that big shot at the end there. Bartholomew was really good. Like, overall, good collective team effort for your Duckies on the road against Wisconsin.
Dude, it was a massive weekend, man. They very easily could have lost to Iowa, and they very easily could have lost to Wisconsin. And if you lose both those games, I don't know what the conversation would have been today.
You're 18-10.
I don't know where your tournament chances are, although you are in the Big Ten. So, 74 teams from the Big Ten are going to be in the tournament this year, so maybe you still make it at that point. I think their net rating now is up to, 32?
They're in.
They're locked to make the tournament now for this weekend in Wisconsin.
They have, the second or third most quad
Auburn
win
is the
ones.
only team in the country with more quad one wins than Oregon this year.
Yeah.
So, you have that on your resume. You're going to be in. Now it's a question of how do you do not only the rest of the regular season, what do you do in the conference tournament, and then what seed do you end up being? They do have that vibe, though, of a team that you just really wouldn't want to play.
Well, it's every Dana Altman team to ever exist.
Yeah, you end up in let's say they end up a 7 seed, which I don't know, maybe they slide into a 6 spot, but you end up being a 7 seed if you're able to win that 7-10 matchup. They're that 7 seed that you look at if you're a 2 seed and say, damn it, I don't want to play them because they have the ability to do this. Now, they've thrown some absolute clunkers out there here in the last month and a half, so maybe you get the bad version of Oregon. Shellstad was awesome. You mentioned Bartholomew. He hit a bunch of big shots late in that game.
Yes, he did.
Biddle's been the driving force for them.
Evans was good.
Evans was really good for them off the bench. It's been nice to see him improve kind of as the season has gone on. So that was a game. You were down by, 15?
17 in the second half.
With 9 minutes to go in the game.
I was 15 with 7, and I remember thinking...
Left for dead. That game's over.
When Wisconsin hit a shot, I think it was 62-47.
Yeah.
And there was about 7 minutes left. I remember thinking, well, this one's...
The latest bracketology there, Joey Brackets, has the Ducks as an 8 seed against Baylor. And Alabama's the 1 seed who they beat.
Already beat them once,
Vegas.
but go beat them again.
Wouldn't want to play them again.
We want Bama.
I think Bama's pretty damn good, but you did beat them earlier this year. You're right now the 8 seed in the Big Ten. You lose the tiebreaker to Illinois, obviously, because they came to Eugene and stomped them. But
they did.
They're right there within, Illinois drops a game, they pick one up. And they're still, they're not going to catch Purdue here with the...
their last 3 games are all
losses.
winnable games, too. The Huskies suck. Indiana at home is a winnable game, and USC at home is a winnable game.
Washington's the worst in that conference.
Yeah,
Washington is
they will
terrible.
not be in the Big Ten tournament.
They're not sprinkling this year. They paid $8
how does
million
the
for
conference
one guy,
tournament
though.
work now?
The top 15 teams get in.
Yeah,
So
not
the
everybody
bottom
goes.
3
They
are
don't even get
out.
to go. I forgot about that. Where's it at? Chicago? Where do they play the Big Ten?
Indianapolis this year.
Why is everything in Indianapolis? At least they're moving media days next year.
Yeah,
You see
media
that
days
going to
in
Vegas. Why is everything in Indianapolis? Nobody wants to go to Indianapolis.
It's a central hub for all these teams.
This is stupid.
The traditional
It's
teams.
a convention city.
Yeah.
You can walk to
They
the
made their city
arena
good for
from
this.
all those ginormous hotels right downtown.
Chicago.
Then you
Go
walk
to
to
the
St.
United
Elmo,
Center.
Get a
What are we
steak, get some
doing,
shrimp
man?
cocktail. Life's good.
Boy, the sprinkle, not a good year.
Rough first year for the old sprinkler,
Yikes.
man. He's not his lawn is not getting watered right now.
It sure isn't. You give him a shot, honestly, do you give him a shot to win that conference tournament, or do you still think that
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not. I would love it. It would be pretty damn funny to win the Big Ten in football and basketball in the first year in the conference. I would quite enjoy that. I'm sure Wisconsin fans now, you always wonder how long it's going to take for rivalries to form in this new look college landscape. The way that they beat Wisconsin in football and then that win in basketball, the only time they're playing them this year. Now maybe they end up getting them in the conference tournament at some point. So that might end up being a rivalry. And we've beaten Wisconsin a bunch in Rose Bowls over the years. You look at the heavy hitters. Michigan State is legitimate. We've seen Michigan. Michigan game was
You
a game
hung with
they could have
Michigan.
won. They could have won both the Michigan State and Michigan game. Those were games that were back and forth that could have gone the other
You
direction.
guys beat Maryland.
We beat Maryland this year.
Illinois, Purdue was a little closer. Illinois is a bad matchup.
It's
for
just
them.
a gauntlet, man. Yeah. It's going to be. I'd love to see it. Purdue is a tough matchup. I would love to see them win the conference tournament. It's a nice feeling though, knowing now that you've solidified a couple of these wins after that midseason swoon, that it doesn't really matter what happens. If you win it, that's great. You're just going to help your seeding.
But you're in either way.
But you're in the tournament either way, and you got 3 winnable games the rest of the way. You got a chance to be 23-8 regular season. That's a hell of a year in your first year in the Big Ten. But we're firing Dana Altman still. We still going to fire Dane Altman?
The thin hitter wonder from Central Point, Oregon.
Still going to fire Dane Altman? We still want Dane Altman gone? We still going to fire him?
Nate Biddle, all-time Balding College player, just amazing.
Yes.
What was the kid from Kansas a few years ago? We felt like he was 46. His hairline was in the middle of his head. What was that kid's name?
Was it a big guy?
Was it Perry?
Perry Mason?
Or Ellis?
I'm going to say Perry
Yes.
Mason. Perry Ellis?
Which
Perry
one?
Ellis.
You said yeah. Was that his name?
Yes.
Perry Ellis?
Just gave you a yes.
I know, he just said yes.
Perry. Yeah, I think it was Perry Ellis.
Dude, I know I think he only played 4 years at Kansas, but it felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
He reminds me of him. He maybe is a better player, Biddle, but
he's now 31 years old. Seems like he was just at
Nate
Kansas.
Biddle?
No. It looks like it. Perry Ellis is now 31 years old.
great mullet. I just love that Biddle's grown.
One of our P1s, RC, he had a tweet over the weekend, Ryan, who put a picture of Theo Vaughn next to Biddle. And they're like, they look identical.
They do look identical. One's hair is going to, I think, be gone quicker than the
One
other
guy's going to hold on to his hair a hair longer than the
Probably
other
has the
one.
money to hold on to it, too,
Yes.
in case things go bad.
Go get a Turkish transplant if he needs it.